Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. How are you? Are you ready for work tomorrow? When your alarm goes off, will you hop out of the bed ready to contribute your best self, or will you hit the alarm 11 times? I would love to know. Drop down in the comments and please share with me. Are you playing as hard as you work? Are you ready for work tomorrow? I am here doing another book report and today, or book review, and today we're talking about Living Athena, the 8 principles of Athena leadership. And today we are talking about principle 6, which is advocate fiercely. It says, dedicate personal passion to something that deeply matters. You confront the current state of affairs with innovative approaches. You generate a powerful force for good. You act with unswerving commitment, respect, and compassion. And then it says leaders champion what they believe is right. And it is about this that I would love to talk about. Let's start with the first bullet point where it says dedicate personal passion to something that deeply matters. And as you know, I teach stress management and it deeply matters to me. Living is a shared experience. And although I'm having fun, it ain't no fun if you're not having none. Right. And so I advocate for playing as hard as you work, for adding play into the workplace. Work is supposed to be an extension of play. You're supposed to enjoy work. Think about the person who first started the company or first started that idea. It was play for them. They really enjoyed what it is that they were doing. They spent hours doing it. They practiced. They got better. They tweaked it. They just really gave their all. They were in the flow. To them, they were playing. It did not feel dreadful. It did not feel like they were obligated or it was a duty. They wanted to do it. They wanted to be there. They would devote all of their time and energy because to them, it was most important that they do it. It was something that deeply matters to them. And that is how I feel about play in the workplace. I know for a fact that companies could be more innovative and sustain their profits by teaching employees or allowing employees to play more, right? Not just teaching, but allowing them to bring more of themselves into the workplace because we naturally play when we're relaxed, when things are going well. So allowing people to be more of who they are. And then also, yes, teaching and training people to play more so that they're more innovative. They feel less afraid to fail, to make mistakes, to figure out not only what not to do, but how to get to what's right, what's effective, right? And so it's a very important that we lean into our passions and find something that deeply matters to us and advocate for it, right? That's the only way we can change the world that we're living in is to advocate for things that matter to us and then confront the current state of affairs with innovative approaches. So this is definitely something that I think about because as we know, the workplace is not considered a place of play. It's very serious. A lot of it is focused and result driven, right? And so they think that you should spend every second of every day producing, being engaged, and the current state of affairs is it's just business or money over people or people over profits over people, right? That's the state of what the workforce is. I don't necessarily care about my employees. I care about what they produce. I don't care about who they are. I care about how they're going to contribute to my overall mission. And it's not in honoring the person or the people or the employees that your company fails, right? Or any company fails is because a lot of giants get to the top. I read a book a long time ago. It was called How the Mighty Fall. And it talks about a lot of corporate giants getting to the top and never expected it to come. And then they fail. And they're wondering what happened. Why did I fail? When did it even start? And how could I have intercepted to make sure that it didn't happen, right? And a lot of it has to do with trying to maintain the status quo, trying to maintain what worked before and not being innovative and figuring out what is changing and what will work for the future or what will work for the next generation. And so, although a lot of what we do in business it's been around for a while, you have a new generation, the millennials and below, who think about the workforce completely different. And so it's up to us to try to reshape the workforce to make it about people over profits. That working is not just business. There is no separation between work and business. Work is a part of your life. So right, you can't separate work from life. So you can't do something in work that you wouldn't do in life. I do not believe in that philosophy. They're one and the same. So the idea that I can do something in business that is immoral, unethical, but I wouldn't do it in my personal life is not authentic, and it actually is hypocritical. And so I don't believe in the work life split, and we want to make sure that work is an extension of play, and that the people who are dedicating their whole lives to work have something to show for it and have a quality life, enjoy what they are doing, and get to contribute some much needed value to the world by being and bringing their best self and innovating the company into the future. And so it says generate a positive force for good. I believe I am a positive force for good. I believe people should invest in themselves to become a positive force for good. You do not want to spend your time um, just doing, and not investing in the being part of life, right? We can get through so many milestones, accomplish so many things, but we don't like ourselves. We're miserable. We're not enjoying the experience. And a positive force for good, if you invest in that force, which is you, then you get to go out into the world and do some good as good, right? Not shadow and trying to do good. It's I am good, therefore it flows from me effortlessly because this is who I really am. It's authenticity. Um, it says act with commitment, respect, and compassion. That one is very important, but as you know, many people are going to have different commitments. Respect is one of those things that people have different respect levels. Some people believe respect is not disagreeing with them at all. And some people believe that you can disagree and it's still respectful. So it just depends. And as far as compassion, that is something that we all can use more of. That is something that we all can cultivate more because we want to be seen, but we don't really invest in seeing others the way that we want to be seen. Or we want to be invested in, but we don't invest in others the way that we want them to invest in us. And so we do need to act with commitment, respect, and compassion. It's very important for us to do that if those are values that, or if those are principles that you value. And I believe that if you are going to advocate fiercely, those are principles that you value. I also believe that when we talk about advocating, and this is just my perspective, I believe that you should be advocating for ideas and concepts and not necessarily people. While it's nice to advocate for people, it does feed your ego and turn you into kind of like a martyr. Really, people need to learn to advocate for themselves. And by you stepping in and advocating for them, you are robbing them of the opportunity to advocate for themselves, to practice self-efficacy, autonomy, and be their own advocate, right? We don't need another person speaking for another person. We need to create the environments where everyone can speak up for themselves, because although you may have the best intention in mind, you don't necessarily know what my needs or desires are. You can guess and they can come close, right? But there are caveats in every situation, right? And the context matters. So we want to empower every person to advocate for themselves. And if we're advocating, let's advocate for ideas, for concepts, and not necessarily people. And so it says leaders champion what they believe is right. And again, right is subjective, right? Because there are many people advocating for things that they believe are right that we don't necessarily believe is right. But the point is we have to do it anyway, right? Because If you want to see something show up in the world, you have to be the person who is willing to bring it to the world, right? Be the change that you want to see. And so all of us have to figure out, who do we want to be? What do we want to bring to the world? And work at it every single day. It is the most important thing that we could possibly do here, is to uncover who you are, is to master yourself. It is so very important that we do that. So please share with me in the comments, how do you feel about that principle? Advocate fiercely. I would love to know what your thoughts are. What do you feel about advocating for ideas and concepts and not people? I would love to know what your thoughts are on that. As always, work life warriors, get out there and manage your stress. It is your responsibility to do so. It is your responsibility to add some play, fun, laughter, joy into your life. That's the only way to improve the overall quality of your life. Reading is a wonderful way, an easy way to reduce stress. It helps to boost your mood, your confidence, help you to increase your vocabulary, make you move more confidently in this world. And we all want that, right? So read, gain the knowledge that you need to improve the overall quality of your life and to make life worth living. You deserve a quality life. We only live once, and you can improve yours by adding play, fun, joy, laughter, and managing your daily stress. So go out there, work life warrior. You still have time before work tomorrow, and have a great day. Bye.